EA Sports and the Web.com Tour proudly present third round coverage of the Web.com Tour Championship. We are into the third round of the Web.com Tour Championship, the fourth and final stop of the Web.com Tour Finals. 50 PGA Tour cards up for grabs, dreams about to be made.
It's amazing what's ahead of these young players, Rich. Not just getting through the next two rounds, but also trying to suppress perhaps what might be for them next year.
Hole number 11, 558 yard, par 5. Frank, players in attack mode here.
Yeah, just try and blitz it down there. There are other bunkers on the left to consider, but really with that much fairway, this is a green light opportunity.
Right in the heart of the fairway, green light special.
Rich, this is a rarity. A golf instructor or a former golf instructor trying their hand. This is old school. You used to see it in the 40s and the 50s. People used to go and teach in pro shops, then come out on the tour. I have not seen this for many a year. Someone good enough to teach, but good enough to play.
You're hearkening back to the 30s and 40s when guys like Ben Hogan and Byron Nelson, two of the greatest to have ever played,
took club jobs.
They had to take club jobs. There wasn't that much money in those days in the professional ranks. Another guy that comes to mind is Claude Harmon. Now, I think most people know the name Butch Harmon. He was one of Tiger's most successful teachers along the way. Everybody loves him. Birdie on the card. Frank, what's so much fun about TPC Sawgrass is the excitement that it generates for a fan and how many different holes there are. 12 is a good example.
Yeah, 12 looks like it's fresh from Scotland. You can see why Pete Dye spent a lot of time over there. Tee shot looks straight away, but the second shot is blind. The shot you get in Scotland with a wedge where you just see the top of the flagstick and you've got to really guesstimate on the yardage that you have. But a good wedge shot and someone that can judge their distance, this is certainly a birdie hole.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Pure strike. Good result.
And that is close.
And this would be nice. 2 straight birdies. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it's going to hurt the cause.
Did the job right there. Frank, so much focus on the back 9 here at the stadium course at TPC Sawgrass on the 17th hole with the island green. I think 13 gets lost sometimes, but the pros know this is a really good hole.
Oh, it can be disastrous too. That's, I think, what you're referring to, Rich. There's a big ridge in the middle of the screen that bisects the top side with the bottom side on the left. So even when the flag's on the left, you don't have to go directly at it, because that normally causes the problem with the wooden bulkheads down the left side.
That's how the best in the world play it, Frank.
Well, I tell you, a little lucky that it went in, but it was always going to be close.
Frank, Tiger certainly had his adventures here at 14.
Well, we'll never forget that. Spun it left. In the end, was very, very lucky to get away with 6. Had it been 7, Garcia might have just caught him at the post, but he will, and we will, never forget 14.
Frank, as players get set to make that next step, to graduate to the PGA Tour, what part of their game has to really be sharp?
Well, nowadays, all the players are powerful, so you're looking for other things rather than straight power. One of those things is adaptability. When you get out there on that first year on the PGA Tour, remember, you're going to be playing these venues for the very first time against people that have played it 10, 15 times perhaps, so they have an advantage. So you're going to have to adapt very, very quickly and put the time in.
Now this for birdie, came away with par in the previous round. Just a little too much juice on that birdie putt, Frank.
It was bold, very bold.
So a tester from 4 feet. He'll take par and move on. Frank, you've been there at so many tournaments around the world. 1 round to go, a chance to win. What's that feeling like?
Oh, this is the fun part, knowing whether or not your body can handle the situation. You've got to push it to the limit. But that's what sport and golf is all about. Trying to do something that you've dreamed of for so long.
EA Sports and the Web.com Tour proudly present final round coverage of the Web.com Tour Championship. It is the final round of the Web.com Tour Championship, the last stop of the Web.com Tour Finals, and what a huge day it is, Frank.
1 round will determine whether they graduate from the Web.com or back again here next year. The chance of graduation, though, the richest. Play with the greats of the game, all on play today.
Excellent lie, propped up on the short grass. Frank, what's the key on this approach here at the 15th?
Well, knowing exactly where that pin placement is, Rich, there's mounding, there's that little gut out of the right side of this green. If you miss your mark here, that ball can easily finish 30 or 40 feet away.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Nice approach shot. He'll be happy with that. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law. Even par, currently.
Frank, nothing really went the player's way this week.
Yeah, if this was motor racing, you'd say it's a case of having 4 flat tires.
Frank, I think one of the things that fans love about this gauntlet, 16, 17, and 18, each hole has that sort of hold-your-breath moment. Certainly 17, we know when that ball's in the air, you're holding your breath. Is it wet or dry? 16, same on that second shot. You're holding your breath wondering, where is it? Right in the water or left with a chance for 3?
That's why you don't want to get too sloppy on that tee shot. A lot of people look at 16 because there's a wide fairway and they think just get it down there. But the extra 10 or 15 yards, there's a little ridge down that left side. If you catch that, the ball will kick good 20 yards further forward. 20 yards is 2 clubs. I'd much rather go into 17 with a 4-iron than a 2-iron.
Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
Didn't hit it in there close, but you see the odd make from this distance.
Yeah, my tape measure gives us 26 feet.
Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
And getting ready for the putt. Frank, that's a par, and onward we go. Frank, how early in the round are you thinking about the shot at 17?
Well, when you're playing well, you're pushing it ahead. Maybe you don't think about it till 14 or 15. If you're struggling, you might be thinking it early as the 5th or the 6th hole. But put it this way, when you make the walk from 16 to 17, you are thinking of it every inch of the way.
Oh, look out. This could be wet, Frank.
It's heading towards that.
Never a pleasant moment, the drop after you've gone into the water, but here we are. So this will be the third shot after taking the drop with the ball going in the water. So, Frank, he'll take a drop here.
Yeah, he'll take his medicine, take his penalty shot. The hole's not over yet.
And he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
Yeah, swing didn't quite look right on that one.
And he's made it onto the green now. Shouldn't be a problem here. Frank, how do you explain what we saw here?
It's a mess. It's probably the easiest way to put it. This is a case of anything that could go wrong. Not just probably, it did.
Just what you want in the right position on this par 5, in the fairway. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Eight-foot putt here. Nothing wrong with that par putt. Frank, it was a great setting with great crowds. We saw plenty of very good golf. Your thoughts?
I think the course really extracted some of the golf that we saw. It forced these players to play just some great golf, and it wasn't just like a pitch and a putt golf course. So I think seeing the guys tested, seeing the players tested at this level, it was a treat.